Representative Stagni, welcome to Jud C. On House Bill 64, please, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. I bring to you HB 64, which is a restatement and closing of a loophole in the law that allows nitrous oxide to be sold to our people. We also, in the bill, are trying to go after the manufacturer and the retailer, mainly. And so I was first brought to this by a series of reports on Fox 8 News about a young lady who had become addicted, and 8 to 10 months after her inhaling nitrous oxide, she is still not able to walk properly. If you go back, I called the chairman, asked him if he wanted some witnesses here. Quite frankly, on the House side, we brought witnesses, and it's heart-wrenching and compelling. You know, this is a growing epidemic, and when Representative Villio and I filed this bill, I was walking over to the Pentagon apartment, and one of the consultants, Ryan Haney, walks up to me, and he's filled. And I asked him what was wrong, and he says, "I'm so glad you all filed the bill because we just found my best friend dead with a canister like this in his hand." And so the loophole... The loophole in the law was they're supposed to be selling this stuff so you can make whipped cream. If you were making whipped cream with this, it would be 22,000 servings. The manufacturer, they know what they're doing. They're hooking our people because it is a very addictive substance. They hook them on it. Many years ago, you may have seen these little whippets, little silver things. You go to a festival or a concert, you see them everywhere. I did not know what they were until I saw this series of reports. And so they'll even give those away free to hook the customer on that. And it's profit and greed at the expense of our citizens and our health system. And so what we've done with the bill is we've brought in ATC so they can promulgate rules, so they can also enforce this. We have local law enforcement that would do this. We've increased the fines over 400%. Rep Villio and committee made it a felony. I've talked with the Attorney General. General Merrill appears to be in support. In fact, we'll try to start going after some of these people if this becomes law.
So basically, it's a legitimate, industrial chemical that's just being misused at the personal level. So your bill is just going to make it illegal to sell them at retail, but manufacturers who need it for whatever reason, they can still
We have some exceptions in the bill. The exceptions are for a licensed medical provider or a dentist, which has to get a special permit.
Right.
Also a food manufacturer. And I've worked with the Restaurant Association on that language, and also the nitrous oxide that you would use for an automobile. So those are the exceptions that we're putting in.
I see. Okay. Senator Klein-Peter for a question.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Rep Stagni, thank you for bringing this bill. How much would that canister cost?
I hate to admit, I really don't remember. I had all of this info before. The young lady that was on the newscast, they were spending between $1,800 and $2,300 a month. Probably a couple $100. You can order it on Amazon, and they will deliver it to your place of business or your home.
Okay. And are you comfortable with going from $500 to $2,500?
More than comfortable. In fact, Chairman Villio on the House side made it a felony which is probably, look, we need to do something as a deterrent, and not so much for the user. It is the people manufacturing
Right.
it and the people selling it.
No, I was asking-
All over South Louisiana, we have these places that are selling these things.
I was just making sure that it was high, like high enough. I was questioning, should we go higher, but
That's
If you're
y'all's
comfortable with it.
expertise in Rep Vilio, so I deferred to her expertise.
thank you, Mr. Chairman. No further questions.
Thank you, Senator Klein Peter. We do have one green card in support from Ryan Haney, present, in support not wishing to speak. Senator Barrow does have a question or a motion, perhaps, I'm not sure.
Quick question as well as a motion as well. So tell me, what type of places are this stuff being purchased from?
Smoke shops, vape shops, some convenience stores.
Okay.
If you're in New Orleans, I promise you, you can't go 2 blocks without seeing some of this there. And it's not for making whipped cream. They know what it's for.
Wow. So, Mr. Chairman, at the appropriate time, I would like to report House Bill 64 favorably.
And now is the appropriate time. Senator Barrow moves to report House Bill 64 favorably. Is there any objection? There being no objection, that bill will be reported favorably.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.
Thank you, Representative Stagni.